Are you tired of the endless supply of terrible storytelling? Of uninspiring, nihilistic stories that permeate most of modern day entertainment? Are you tired of the diversity, equality, and inclusion standards that are forced upon movie creators and actors? Well, so are we. So go with us on a journey as we chronicle for you the latest news in entertainment, as we discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly of the film industry, and as we pave a way forward to see the kingdom of Christ grow and the dragon of secularism meet its end. Now, if you want to support us in our mission, please head over to patreon.com/The Powell Bros, or follow the link in the show notes. There, you will gain access to our exclusive show, The Powell Bros Mini Reviews, as well as early access to both Movie Chronicles and movie reviews. Now, on with the show.
All right, welcome back to Movie Chronicles with the Powell Bros. I'm one of your hosts, Tobiah Powell, joined with Trent, your other host. Trent, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Glad to be back.
Yep, for
feel
sure.
Like, I don't know if the week has just been really long, but I feel like it's been a while since we've recorded.
Yeah, I know.
I think it was just a week ago.
Yeah, even with the holiday, this week has been a very long week. Yeah, and we got some weird things today. Like, I think
some weird stuff.
pretty much everything I got is just weird. Like, I think I have 5 things
I didn't expect,
and they're all just weird. So
awesome. Well,
yeah. Do you want to? Yeah, I can start us off. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go ahead. You can go ahead and start us off.
We got a trailer for Wicked the musical. I don't know if you followed that at all, but that's been becoming a thing.
A new trailer.
A full-length trailer, I guess it is. So
we got that a while ago, didn't we?
It was a teaser trailer.
Oh, because I remember. I mean, it's been the trailer's been playing in theaters.
Or sorry, maybe it's a new trailer. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Either way,
probably the final one before the movie releases.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if you've been following that. It's just kind of weird that they're doing it at all. The Wicked, the musical, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's a popular Broadway musical. The only way that you can actually watch it is to be at the Broadway.
It takes place before The Wizard of Oz, right?
Yeah, it's like it's a prequel to the witches, and their origin story.
Yeah, but we already have a movie about that. Oz the Great and Powerful.
Oh,
with
right, but this is based off of the musical Wicked, so it's like it's its own thing, but it's based off of the musical. That's really it's popular and well.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying like it's disregarding completely that movie and.
Oh yeah,
and
totally.
But this is supposed to be like a movie, like it takes place in the same universe as The Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
I mean, The Wizard of Oz is a musical too, so I need to think about it. So
yeah, what was that? The Oz Great and Powerful, like. I don't even remember. It was just like an origin story for Oz, but also had the witches and stuff.
Yeah, Oz and the
it was just
Green
a prequel.
Witch.
I can't remember. I saw it once.
The Wicked Witch of whatever the green one is.
Yeah.
It's an origin story for the two of them, Oz and her. And but yeah, I mean they have a black lady playing the Green Witch.
The witch.
And
Ariana
Grande playing that other witch. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not interested. You can just tell they're pushing identity politics in it because, she's misunderstood and she's marginalized. People, look down upon her because of her skin color and everything, and they're really pushing that. I don't know exactly how much of that is from the actual musical. I'm sure it is. I'm sure that's the kind of point. It's a sympathetic villain story. Sympathize with the villain.
Yeah.
And so it's it's what you expect. It's like Maleficent or whatever, the Sleeping Beauty origin of the the queen or the witch or whatever she is.
Yep.
Make her just sympathize with her and understand she's just misunderstood, or she's had it rough and so forth. So.
Yeah. Well, I guess on the same line of witches, we got Agatha All Along coming out pretty soon. We have not talked about it at all. I mean, I think we talked about all the name changes
briefly,
but
yeah, we did. Yeah.
We haven't talked about it in the last few weeks, and it's coming out not next week, but the week after, September 19th. Okay.
Yeah, gearing up for Halloween.
Yeah. So yeah, villains.
I gotta start watching all my Halloween movies.
Villain witches as the main characters, and
I don't think I've watched a full trailer of it.
I haven't. It's been such a mess of production that there's no way it's going to be any good at all. I mean, it went through 4 or 5 name changes. Like, that's not a good sign. Like
not at all.
But yeah, again, just something not interested at all.
Right.
Something else that Marvel's pushing out. And
right.
Yeah. Yeah, it is going to be that.
Yeah, we haven't gotten
Halloween season.
I guess Deadpool and Wolverine was the last Marvel project.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what's the last show that we got? It's been a little bit.
Yeah, it has. Probably Loki season 2.
Oh, right.
Or no, the animated show.
What If?
What If?
Yeah.
But before that, it would have been probably Loki season 2.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of more villains, I guess, to hear that early reviews for Joker 2.
I've heard mixed things.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to talk about it at all. Just briefly.
Yeah, briefly we can. I've heard that a lot of people really praise Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga on their performance and stuff, but the movie kind of overall is meh.
Yeah. The story, there's not much substance to the story, and they kind of go off the rails in some ways.
Yeah.
It'll just be interesting to see where this one goes, because now it's now that people are seeing it, like critics. I think it has like a 50 on Rotten Tomatoes. Mm-hmm. It's getting kind of torn apart, it seems like, and it's not even we're like a month away from it coming out. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
still shouldn't have made a sequel to the Joker.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't have. Very unnecessary.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of sequels that they didn't need to do, did you hear that Ridley Scott said that Gladiator 2 is the best movie he's ever created?
Interesting.
I don't know exactly how to feel about that, because I'm pretty sure he also thought that the Prometheus and Alien Covenant were really good, and I think he's had some of the bad takes, but also some really bad movies. And Napoleon. You remember Napoleon?
Yeah. That
went to like Apple or whatever. He had praised that one a lot, and that it was not good. And so that would be interesting to see with Gladiator 2. Like, the dude's pretty old. I don't know.
Yeah, he's very old.
Maybe it is that good, but better than the first one? I don't think so.
No. He's kind of...
But we'll see.
Missed his mark for... Well, he's past his mark for making good movies, I think.
We'll see. What else you got?
Just more sequels and stuff. Had you heard that they're making a Blade Runner 2099?
Are you kidding me? Really?
Yeah, I hadn't heard that.
Blade Runner movie.
I didn't know that, and I recently found out.
It's because Denis I can't pronounce his name. The Dune director, he did Blade Runner
2049. Oh, okay.
49, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He did, yeah. So is he doing this one?
No idea.
Yeah, it'd be.
Okay, so it's a
Blade Runner.
It's not a movie. It's going to be a TV miniseries.
Okay.
So it's even worse.
Yeah.
Jonathan Van Tolken. Don't know who that is, but he's directing it. looks like he's directing most of it. Maybe he directed Shogun. I don't know if you'd heard of that.
Yeah. Okay. I've heard Shogun's pretty good.
Actually, that's like
I never watched it.
I mean, he directed a few other things, but
yeah.
Oh, here's his full list. Yeah, I mean, nothing else noteworthy besides Shogun.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, we'll kind of get into it, but it's just there's never anything original coming out.
Yeah, for the most part.
I mean,
not much. Which I mean, so this is one thing I wanted to bring up. I don't know if you saw this, but Beetlejuice 2 is, it's out, making the runs. It's actually it came out tonight. Like early screens. Hopefully I'm going to see it soon, but I haven't even heard much about it. I think it mostly highly praised. There's a lot of praise around it. Mm-hmm. But Jenna Ortega, who's starring in it, she said, I don't know if it was it might have been an interview for Beetlejuice, or I don't know what it was, but she has this quote where she said that women should have their own franchises. She said, I don't want Jamie Bond, I don't want the female version of James Bond. I don't want the female version of Indiana Jones. I don't want the female version of all these superheroes. Like women should just have their own franchises, their own stories, and not bastardizing or recreating all these previously established franchises, but just replacing them with women and replacing them with women who act like men.
I know. Well, the funny thing is that we kind of agree with her that women women should have their own series that aren't recreations of these male characters. It's like, but we're not thinking of it in the same way because,
well, no,
in her eyes, they're just gonna be acting like men still, but in an original character.
Right. Yeah. For the most part, yeah. And so it was just interesting that she had said that. It's like,
yeah,
I think people are starting to wake up and realize that it's like, this isn't working, whatever you're doing, and you need to stop.
Yeah.
Like one thing about like, thinking of like, what you would consider a BA female character, in stories, Alien is actually a good example. But the one thing that made, Ripley, her character's name is Ripley, right? Yeah, Ripley. The one thing that made Ripley's character intriguing and that created some sympathy towards her was the fact that she was a mother, and that was a big impact. That was a big part of her character. And yes, she could pick up a gun and she could fight off aliens, but she wasn't ever doing it in a way where it's like, I'm a man and I'm as strong as all these other men. I can stand toe to toe with these other men. For the most part, I mean, I still haven't. I want to go back and watch Alien movies. I haven't done that yet, so I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've seen it, but that's one thing I do remember and know about her character. But typically, female characters are done poorly, and it's just women acting like men and not being feminine and not glorifying their femininity. Instead, they're trying to be what they're not, and that's problematic. So.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything else to say along those lines. Do you want to talk about the Minecraft movie?
Before we get into that, we should probably save that for last.
Sure. Let's talk about Rings of Power.
Yeah, we could talk about that real quick.
Real quick. That's funny.
Well, we don't need to make it a bigger thing than it is. It's already nothing.
Oh, it's a big thing. It's a big problem.
Well, yeah, everybody hates it. Just like Acolyte. Like, we don't need to turn Rings of Power into what we turned Acolyte into.
What do you mean? The point was that we were going to watch these shows and critique them.
We were going to watch them.
And I have done that. I have watched 13 hour or 12,
I don't know why
11 hours worth of Rings of Power content.
I don't understand how
in the past 3 weeks, because we said we weren't going to.
We said we were going to watch as much as we could and then critique why we stopped watching it.
That was your idea. I watched all of it. So I give it a fair critique, and then I don't have time to critique it.
I think a fair critique is watching it for as long as it needs to be watched before turning it off.
Well, the first time around with Rings of Power, I made it 5 minutes and I turned it off.
Yeah.
So
that's how it was with Acolyte for me. About 5 minutes and I turned it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just saw that there's orc families with wives and children and
yep, just trying to make a simple living in a simple world, and they just need he's just trying to provide for his family. His little orc baby and his orc wife. I don't know why you guys are so mean to them. I don't know why. Literally in this, I don't know if it was that episode or it was like a previous episode. Galadriel's literally threatening to murder every single orc in like cold blood if she doesn't get what she wants, and then they're trying to create sympathy for them and trying to show that our hero is this great hero, but she's like, I'm gonna kill these orcs. It's like so the problem is they're trying to give these orcs agency. They're trying to give them this, like, they have this free will or this freedom. I mean, I think yes, in a sense, because Tolkien was a Catholic, he was a Christian. He loves redemption stories, and he loves the story of redemption, and so he probably would, in a sense, say that orcs could be redeemed, but that wasn't the point. The orcs were evil. The orcs were bloodthirsty, wicked, evil creatures. That's what they were.
Well, that's what they were bred
there
for.
Was no instance where we're trying to create sympathy around them.
The way they were created was for destruction, and
they are former elves that have been tortured and deformed and then forced into servitude to Morgoth, and then Morgoth's a great servant, Sauron.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the lore in this show, it breaks my brain how convoluted, for one, how convoluted everything is, but how they take this timeline that they're given. Hey, they buy the rights to the appendices of the Lord of the Rings, and they're like, okay, we're gonna make this show, and the whole entire, from get-go, they're already messing up. They're already off track. They're already creating a story that did not exist in Tolkien's Middle Earth. Galadriel did not go hunting for Sauron for centuries. She just didn't. Galadriel did not have the hots for Sauron at all. Galadriel was not conflicted as to whether or not she wants to whether or not she was going to fall for Sauron or not. There was no sexual tension between the two of them. But of course, the show, because
jeez. Yeah, that's pretty
because the creators love this whole what's the trope, lovers or enemies to lovers or whatever. Enemies to lovers trope. The Reylos, Kylo Ren and Rey, that's where it really started, the whole Reylo thing. And now you have to see it in everything. With the Acolyte, you had Kymir and Osha. With here, you have Galadriel and Halbrand, who also, the name Halbrand was made up, but he was a form that Sauron took in the show. And then he eventually takes on the true form that he should have taken from the beginning, which was Anatar, the giver of gifts, or Lord of Gifts, sorry. But anyways, the whole plot of the show is it just didn't happen. Mm-hmm. They also got the whole timeline completely just completely wrong. The show, if you follow the timeline of the show, if they followed the true timeline, it would take place within 1600 years, all the events that are happening. From the time of the forging of the ring to the birth of Tar Miriel, the Queen Regent of Numenor, who's very much grown up and is present in this whole show. It would be 1600 years from the forging of the rings to her birth. But it all happens simultaneously in this show. They pick and choose lore that they want. Oh, here's a powerful female. Okay, we'll take her. She doesn't belong in this timeline, but we'll put her here. A masculine king. Well, we don't want him. Okay, we'll do this, or we'll take a masculine king and we'll completely make him effeminate and make him cry on a stupid ship because he's sad because everything's going wrong. And we'll put this here. Oh yeah. The rings, the rings for men and dwarves were made before the elven rings. But you know what? We'll just have Celebrimbor make the rings before the elven rings before the rings for men and rings for dwarves. We'll throw everything. Oh, Sauron wasn't actually involved in the making of the ring. I don't care. We kind of want to create this weird gay sexual tension between Celebrimbor and Sauron, so we'll do that. Don't even get me started on Elrond and Durin. Don't get me started on Tom Bombadil. They introduced Tom Bombadil in last night's episode.
Yeah.
He is literally a hillbilly. It talks like this. Oh, I am the eldest of all the beings of Middle Earth. I was there before the sun even was existent. I don't even know how long that is, but I was there. It's so bad, and they're taking lines from the books, but they're also taking lines from other places from other characters, and then having Tom Bombadil say it. But also they're creating lines that are just. The way he delivers it is so just, it's forced. It doesn't work. It's not how I would imagine Tom Bombadil to be at all. Tom Bombadil does not care about the threats to Middle Earth. He does not that he doesn't care. He's just uninvolved. He's uninterested. He's not present with the dealings of Middle Earth. But of course, in the show, they have to bring him in and make him aware of all the things going on. And then he's just like, oh, okay, well, I can't do anything about that. I'm not going to do anything about it. And then just goes along his merry way. It's gosh, I can't handle it. They also repurpose so many lines from the books and from the movies. They said when they created the show that they wanted to be disconnected from the Lord of the Rings. They want people thinking about it. The problem is they didn't do that, and they literally repurpose lines from the Lord of the Rings movies. And when they do, it only makes you wish you were watching the movies and not this piece of garbage. And that's probably why they didn't want to make all these references to the movies, but they ended up still doing it. And it doesn't make any sense. And the lines are it's lines that don't make sense in the context of the story, or it doesn't make sense why this character in the Lord of the Rings movies, or why this person in Rings of Power is saying a line from the character in Lord of the Rings. It doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna stop there. I don't
understand how they're even able to be so heavily referencing all these things when all they have is the appendix.
Well, so they have the rights to all the characters, places, different, just things that are referenced in the appendices. Mm-hmm. They have rights to, but they are able to then expand upon and create a story based on all the things that are in the appendices. They can now, of course, draw from story elements in the Silmarillion, which they should have done, and they didn't do. At least it doesn't seem like they did. Because they can still refer to the story or tell the story, but you have to use certain name. You can only use certain names and different characters and so forth. So that's the thing. So everything they reference are things that they have the rights to reference. They don't have the rights to the name Hobbit, so they call them Harfoots, and I'm pretty sure Harfoots aren't actually supposed to be in Middle Earth at this time. I'm still not sure on that. There's a guy who's basically Gandalf. I'm getting so annoyed. We talked about the mystery box and why I hate mystery box. We can unpack that another time a little more. But they're clearly mystery boxing this whole Gandalf guy, where it's hey, there's a gray wizard that fell from the stars. Gandalf is a star. He fell from the stars. But he didn't do it until the Third Age, by the way. So whoever this guy is, he shouldn't be Gandalf because it's the Second Age. But it probably is Gandalf because he's a gray wizard with a beard. He walks around with hobbits all day. He is trying to find a staff One of the hobbits literally refers to the staff that he finds as a gand, which I'm pretty sure is Elven for stick or staff. Literally saying Gandalf. That's where his name comes from. But they have not given us his name at all. They're giving all these references, all these because he literally speaks lines, delivers lines that Gandalf delivered in the Lord of the Rings movies and I think books. It's so dumb. And they're like, oh, and they're still keeping it a mystery as far as who he is. So it's either they're that stupid and it's going to be Gandalf and they'll be like, oh, didn't see that coming, or it's going to be like, oh, we tricked you because it's actually Sauron, or it's actually what's the other, what's one of the other blue wizards, Radagast. I don't know. Who knows? I don't care. It's Gandalf. The dude is Gandalf, but he's not supposed to be there.
Yeah,
it's completely wrong timeline, time frame, different period of Middle Earth and whatever.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know why I even care. Oh, wait, one more thing. Was last thing. One of my biggest issues with it is how they show how much they hate patriarchy in this show, because every single patriarch, every patriarchal character, every king or Durin, the dwarf, his father, who's I think Doran the Third. He is a stubborn idiot in the show who literally has pretty much has a fight with his son for 5 episodes long, where they won't talk to each other and they're holding grudges with one another. You can tell women wrote the show and directed the show because of the dialogue and the conflict that they create. They can create this really ridiculous artificial conflict in every scenario that is really annoying. It doesn't make any sense. But Elendil, the great king of Gondor, Isildur's father, the one that was killed in the prologue to the Lord of the Ring, the Fellowship of the Ring. He's just he does nothing in the show. He's just a weak, I'd say almost effeminate king who walks around and gets told what to do by the Queen Regent. And then in one scene he literally cries while he's on his ship. I mentioned that earlier.
Oh my gosh.
While the Queen is fine and stoic and she's handling it okay, but he just breaks down and cries. The King Gilgalad, the High King of the Elves, he is kind of like an antagonist in the show. He doesn't let our hero Galadriel have her own agency and do whatever she wants. He's always telling her to stop doing what she's doing, but she stands up to him and talks down to him and tells him what's up.
I think we get the point, Trent.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
there's a couple of
stop.
Okay.
You've been talking about Rings of Power for 15 minutes.
Have I?
Yes.
Okay. I can talk for another hour.
Okay. So remember how I told you...
The show's boring also.
Yeah. Remember how last week I told you that they're making a Wolfman reboot? So have you seen the pictures of the concept for Wolfman?
I might have saw it briefly.
It is absolutely atrocious.
Really?
It's horrible looking. It literally looks like a goblin.
Okay. It's Blumhouse, right?
Yeah.
So it just doesn't look good, or is it
Did you Google it?
It's like a costume?
Yeah, it's like a display. So it's not like concept art. It's like a display. Yeah, it's not a concept art.
Okay,
it's like a display or something.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That can't, well, okay. Yeah, it's like a goblin. That's weird.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, it comes out in January. Oh.
This January?
It looks like it.
Wow.
Yeah.
They must January be well 17th. Into it.
Yeah. Huh. I wonder. I don't know what this must have been some kind of Comic-Con or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, I doubt that's what he's gonna actually look like.
Well, you never know.
Maybe you never know. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Interesting.
That's it. Let's go ahead and talk about Minecraft and what we think
The
of
Minecraft movie.
what we think of video game adaptations and what video games they're choosing and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
so do you know that Minecraft is? I'm pretty certain of this. Minecraft is like either like number one or like close to number one of the the most sold video game of all time.
Yeah, I think it's still like the most played video game ever.
And most played.
Still like even to the day, like it's still played more than anything else. Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And this trailer was absolutely horrifying.
Ferocious.
Like it's exactly what I expected. Like
I guess, yeah.
Like
I mean,
when I was told a live action Minecraft movie, this is essentially what I thought, except even more horrifying with like the people being live action with square heads and stuff and square bodies. Yeah. It's kind of weird that the people are just people. I wonder if they're going to do like a Jumanji type of thing, like where they get sent to the Minecraft world. Yeah,
especially with Jason Momoa's character.
Yeah.
It's probably like a little girl that wants to play as a dude, I guess.
Yeah.
But dresses her dude in pink clothes.
Yeah. The animals, the sheep are just horrifying.
Fuel.
Yes,
that little pink one.
Absolutely nightmare fuel. Like I mean, it's exactly what I expected, and
I guess
I don't understand why they are doing this.
Well, I mean,
I get it, like because Minecraft is the biggest
little kids
game.
Are gonna want to go see this. They see the trailer, and it's like, oh, Minecraft movie. Oh yeah, it's only the video game that I play every day of my life.
No, like it could easily make $1 billion. Like I honestly wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know if it's gonna be any good, but
no, it's gonna be awful. Like. I mean, like you had told me, like Jack Black is just playing Jack Black, and
he's just playing Jack Black. Like he didn't even shave.
I know he didn't shave his beard
about him. Put a T-shirt on and just did his thing.
A blue T-shirt and said, "I'm Steve."
I'm Steve.
When he came out and said that, I was like, "Oh my gosh." First off, like why isn't he squared like everybody else? I don't get it.
What do you mean? Wait,
why
humans aren't?
He should be squared, not the humans. But if like the other people are coming from, but if it's a whole Jumanji type of story, which it probably will end up being, literally just a remake of Jumanji.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
And like he's been there like for a long time or something, and he's I mean, that's probably what they're gonna do.
Welcome to Minecraft.
But yeah, I don't know. I get why they're doing it, and they're going to make some money, but they should not have made a Minecraft movie. No. At least not live action. Like animated. No.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, animated make a little
do
more
like
sense.
like the Mario Bros movie. That's exactly what they should have done. But a live action with Jack Black and Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
No. This is
It's so bad. Yeah,
I don't know. So what do you think of like all these video game movies? We got Sonic, of course. They're making the third Sonic. We've gotten Detective Pikachu. I've kind of heard your opinions on that. This Mario Bros movie was pretty good, and I'm trying to think of other video game movies. There's certain video games like that they should make movies out of that they haven't. Halo could have been good, but they made that awful. They actually did make a pretty good Halo movie a while back. What was it called? Halo Forward Unto Dawn. That's a pretty good. It came out. It was released
as a TV show or movie.
It was released as a TV miniseries, but it came out on DVD as a movie. So they edited it together as a movie, and which there wasn't really any difference. They just put all the things together. But that's kind of how it was. It was literally just like all of a sudden like the episode ended. Like it wasn't really split up into episodes. Anyway,
I remember that. Yeah.
It was a really good movie, really good like representation of Master Chief and like his character. But the show just completely fell off. But like my point was, sorry, the
But,
show's...
but what if we did Master Chief, took his helmet off? Oh, and then also took his suit off. Oh, let's get him naked. Let's do that. That will be a good Taylor show.
No, I can't believe they did that. But anyway, like, what was the movie? Oh yeah, they should make a Legend of Zelda movie. Like, I don't understand.
They are.
Haven't they been saying that for a long time?
No, like after the Mario movie, that was one of the, that was like
Okay.
I think they're working on Super Mario Bros. 2 and a Zelda game movie. However, the rumor is that it's live action,
Okay.
which is dumb.
I want a live action Zelda movie.
Okay, actually, yeah. You know what? Actually, I
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. It's like that would be a good live action movie. Like, why are they doing, like, I mean, it's a different studio, but why is Minecraft becoming a thing in live action? And
yeah, I think like a Zelda. I don't know, because like I think of Zelda. I think of animated video game. Like
Yeah.
I think it could be. They could do like a really beautiful, well animated Zelda. Do like create Hyrule and do a animated Zelda movie. But I think live action, if they handle it well, if it's a good budget, they're able to create the world and do a good job creating the world, get a good Ganondorf, and all this. Like, yeah, it could be good.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to make a Super Smash Bros. They
Eventually.
have Pikachu, they have Sonic, they have the Mario Bros. They're going to have Link, Ganondorf. That's a classic.
Surprised they haven't made a Samus a movie yet.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's another one.
Powerful female woman.
Yeah.
I said female woman. That's redundant. But a powerful boss girl, boss woman.
Yeah.
Surprised they haven't.
Yeah. Yeah, there hasn't really, but I'd say Sonic has been probably the best, most successful video game to live action movie.
Yeah, because like almost every other attempt has not made it past the first film.
Yeah.
That I can think of. I mean, they did Assassin's Creed. That wasn't any good. They did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of. I know they did like a Mortal Kombat movie that wasn't good.
Well,
I know there's a whole bunch of other ones. I'm just blanking.
They just did a show for.
Well, they did Fallout. Recently.
Fallout. That was recent.
Then as far as movies, ratings. Borderlands.
Yeah, Borderlands.
Which
has that come out yet?
Completely bombed.
Oh
yeah. No, remember we talked about it. It completely bombed terribly.
Yeah.
No one wanted to see it.
Yeah, Borderlands.
I think so. This is where I land on all this. When it comes to video games and TV shows, video games and books. When it comes to adaptations of video games and books, I think the best median for that, the best way of doing it is through TV shows. I like, especially with books. I think because you can talk about book adaptation as well. They very rarely succeed. There are good ones. Okay, Hunger Games, they did 4 movies, and 5 with the prequel. Harry Potter, obviously successful. Lord of the Rings, successful. There are successes, but there are a lot of abysmal failures, and failed attempts at adapting books. But then now what are they doing with Harry Potter? They're doing the TV show of Harry Potter with HBO Max. It's like that could actually work if you do like each season is one book. You're able to tell the whole story. You're not having to cut very much. You're actually able to follow the book chapter by chapter, because books are written in chapter format, and movies, you don't watch movies in that way. Movies have to have an arc and a story that you're following, and you can't include everything because otherwise the movie will be 6 hours long, or longer. And so I think I don't know about maybe video games. Like I think you can probably make good video game movies. I think Sonic is
another one. Was
Mario Bros.
Uncharted with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah,
that was all right. That was pretty good, but they never made a second one.
Right. They had the Last of Us
I feel like,
TV show recently, which was well received.
absolutely the worst thing ever. I will forever be scarred.
We've talked about that
by watching that.
Did you watch the whole show?
No.
I mean, or did you just stop after that episode?
When I saw Ron Swanson kissing another man,
yeah,
I am scarred for life, and I turned off the TV.
Yeah.
I yelled at the TV, then I turned it off. Another one was some older ones that did well were like Tomb Raider and Resident Evil. Those were both good. They're
successful,
really old video games, but I mean, those movies came out early 2000s and stuff. They did do a reboot of Tomb Raider, which absolutely bombed.
Oh yeah.
And
another good video game adaptation with Star Wars. I think that was pretty successful.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, there hasn't really been anything. I'm looking on IMDb at their list of video game. A lot of these I've never even heard of. But
yeah, I mean, we're just gonna keep getting these type of movies.
Yeah.
Like we got an Angry Birds movie. Like,
oh yeah,
Angry Birds.
I know.
I mean, the app Angry Birds made a movie. When are we getting the Flappy Bird game movie? Flappy Bird movie. Wait, when are we getting the game back? When are we getting the movie?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, that was crazy. That even.
Yep. Well, and it was successful because they made another one, didn't they? Angry Birds.
I think so. Yeah.
There's at least 2.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. You can do it well. You just gotta tell good stories.
Yeah.
And please the fans, yes, but also just tell a good story with good characters that are likable and enjoyable, and don't rely too much on the source material. Don't rely upon, oh, you know this character, you know this thing. Oh, you remember that thing that this character does? Well, here, look at you. He's doing this in the movie. Oh, he's wearing this thing. Oh, he's doing that. Oh, he's talking to this person. Remember this person? They do that and they create all these like little Easter eggs, but they forget to actually tell a story that is coherent and makes sense and make likable characters that you can follow and enjoy and root for.
Yeah, it gets too filled with all those things that it just doesn't work, and you lose your whole story.
Speaking of things that don't work, the Rings of Power is full of that. You remember this? Remember that? Remember when this guy said this?
Do you remember the old Super Mario Bros. Movie? The live action one?
Totally. King Bowser. Just like a massive turtle or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right.
That's so good.
All right, I think we're about at our end.
Yeah, but I mean,
anything else?
Ian McKellen was approached about playing Gandalf or more other films, or he said he wanted to play. So I'm wondering if he's.
I heard that he
was for Gollum.
I heard that he was approached for that. Well, yeah, it would be the Gollum movie.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the dude's 85 though. Like I felt like he was a little too old in The Hobbit, like compared to the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Like he's too old. So
I know.
I don't know how much longer he can. Well, he said like it better be. He literally said it better be soon because I don't got much more time left. Like, he's 85.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah, they're gonna milk that till he is dead.
Yeah, we gotta get a new Gandalf.
Yeah, a not gay one.
What?
Because Ian McKellen's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Speaking of gay, the Rings of Power. Okay, what? I swear, Celebrimbor, the maker of the Rings of Power, I swear he's gay. I swear that's the direction we're going with his character. They've completely ruined his character in so many ways.
Yeah.
It's sad. Anyways.
Did you have anything else besides Ian McKellen?
Don't think so. I think that's it.
Yeah,
that's good.
I went through all I had.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Yep. Weird stuff. as we
I
said.
guess last thing we could talk about is our show. We finished filming our first episode for our show, and
moving along.
Yeah, we have a schedule for next few months for filming, and gonna get through season 1 and get through editing and release it on our Patreon. Probably have a teaser for episode 1. I don't know, maybe next month for our Patreon viewers, and then a little after that we'll release it to the public. But that would probably just be a teaser, as in like a trailer or something, like a teaser trailer.
Right.
But
yeah, stay tuned for that.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that. We're putting a lot into it, and yeah,
we're doing it as a mockumentary. And speaking of documentaries, I guess
there's actually a lot going on in the mockumentary world. Because there's the reboot of The Office, the sequel to The Office, and and then I guess that's it. But I guess I was thinking about our review.
we're reviewing Surf's Up. Anyway, everyone, if you remember that movie from 2007,
something like that,
or 6,
mockumentary
in animated style. So,
which I think it works better actually, but we can talk about that later.
Animated
mockumentary and animated.
Like animation works better mockumentary style, or mockumentaries that are animated work better?
We can talk about it later.
Okay.
Tune into our movie
check out our
reviews
conversation over on our other channel.
Yep, movie reviews.
Other podcast.
All right. Well, yeah, that's it for you, Trent.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. We're
out of here.
Hope you enjoyed this and are thinking through the things that you're being fed through these big corporations and these people running Hollywood, and just know that a lot of the stuff that they're trying to push has an agenda and they might just be dumb, but there is a story being told no matter what, and make sure you're being aware of what
help
story
you discern and know what story that is.
Yep, exactly. Yep,
you're being fed.
So, glorify God and watch good movies. All right.
Yes.
We're out.
See ya.
Bye.